power, conflict, and maybe war. That's what you can expect on this episode. Is the US and China reeling on the brink of a confrontation that could reshape the world as we know it? In this video, we'll dive into the dire warnings issued by none other than Ray Dalio, a billionaire investor and the founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the world's largest hedge funds. Ray Dalio's insights are more than just cautionary tales, but windows into a potential future that could impact all of us. So, let's embark on a journey to understand the gravity of the situation and uncover the reasons why this financial expert is sounding the alarm.
Taiwan, Russia, reverse CFIUS, chips, and so on. They're kind of at the edge. And that there's an inability to talk. So there's quite a bit of brinksmanship. And we are also heading into a political year here in which there's going to be more pressure.
The US and China find themselves at a crossroads, and Ray Dalio is drawing our attention to the precipice they're approaching. Dalio, the billionaire investor and founder of Bridgewater Associates, has raised a red flag, cautioning that China-US relations are on the brink of red lines. What does this mean? Well, essentially, it suggests that they're approaching the limits of tolerance in their interactions. It resembles a tense standoff, where one wrong move could have severe consequences. But despite the gravity of the situation, Dalio doesn't foresee an all-out war between the two nations. He emphasizes that war is unlikely, and that's a relief, considering the catastrophic implications such an event would have on a global scale. Instead, he focuses on the ever-deepening chasm between the US and China. The differences between these economic juggernauts seem insurmountable. In addition, Ray Dalio highlights several specific, irreconcilable differences between these economic giants that are pushing them closer to the edge. First and foremost is the issue of Taiwan. This island nation has long been a sensitive topic, with China viewing it as a renegade province and the US pledging support for its autonomy. The potential for a clash over Taiwan's status is a constant source of tension, and both sides remain steadfast in their positions, making compromise elusive. Another flashpoint is the intense competition for technological dominance, particularly in the realm of semiconductor chips. These chips are the backbone of modern electronics, and both China and the US are vying for supremacy in this industry. Control over this critical technology is seen as a strategic advantage, and the battle for dominance shows no signs of abating. Furthermore, geopolitical tensions are exacerbating the situation. Accusations of espionage, human rights violations, and economic policies further strain relations. Both nations have imposed sanctions and restrictions on each other, adding to the growing list of grievances. Ray Dalio also emphasizes China's ascent as a global superpower, shedding light on why this transformation poses a considerable challenge to the United States. From Dalio's perspective, three pivotal factors converge to create a pressing threat for the US. Firstly, there's China's remarkable rise as a world power. Over the past few decades, China has experienced unprecedented economic growth and development. This transformation has elevated it to a position where it's no longer just an economic powerhouse, but a formidable global player. It's a shift altering the dynamics of international relations and challenging the long-standing dominance of the United States. The second factor Dalio highlights is the mounting debt burden faced by the United States. Growing national debt, driven by fiscal policies and budget deficits, is a cause for concern. The US government's debt levels have been steadily increasing, and Dalio believes this trend could jeopardize economic stability, especially when combined with other challenges. Lastly, wealth inequality within the United States is the third major concern. The significant disparities in wealth distribution have fueled a rise in populism and political tensions. These divisions within the country are contributing to a fragmented political landscape. This makes it even more challenging to address pressing issues effectively. Taken together, these three factors, China's ascent as a global power, rising debt, and wealth inequality, present a complex and multifaceted challenge to the United States. But before we continue, we want to thank you for watching this far. Now, let's delve into Ray Dalio's concerns, which are far from mere speculation. Dalio raises the alarm regarding the potential for an economic war and, even more worryingly, the specter of physical conflict, particularly concerning Taiwan's quest for independence. Taiwan, a perennial flashpoint in China-US relations, remains a contentious issue. Furthermore, there have been aircraft and naval confrontations between American and Chinese forces in the South China Sea. This is another area fraught with geopolitical complexities. These encounters could quickly escalate into larger conflicts, adding to the already precarious situation. The Ukraine conflict is also a global example of how simmering geopolitical disputes can erupt into full-blown crises. While not directly related to China-US relations, it underscores the volatile nature of international affairs and the potential for unforeseen events to trigger significant consequences. Moreover, Ray Dalio's insights extend to the realm of politics, where he predicts that the 2024 US election could catalyze further worsened tensions between the United States and China. His reasoning lies in the dynamics of election campaigns and anti-China sentiment's role in garnering political support. Dalio suggests that politicians seeking re-election may leverage anti-China rhetoric as a means to resonate with voters. This sentiment has gained traction recently, with concerns over China's economic influence, trade practices, and geopolitical ambitions being significant talking points. By adopting a tough stance on China, politicians can appeal to those who share apprehensions about China's ascendancy on the global stage. However, this political maneuvering comes at a cost. While it may secure support domestically, it further strains relations between the two nations. China perceives such rhetoric as provocative and unwelcome interference in its internal affairs. This contributes to the growing mistrust and hostility between the US and China, making it increasingly challenging to find common ground on critical issues. Now, if you shift your focus from geopolitics to the realm of global finance, you'll find Ray Dalio voicing concerns about the declining dominance of the US dollar in international trade. This topic is significant because the dollar has long been the world's primary reserve currency. Dalio highlights how China actively promotes using its currency, the yuan, in international transactions. China's approach involves establishing trading agreements encouraging non-dollar transactions, effectively reducing the need for the dollar in global trade. Notable examples include agreements with countries like Brazil, Kazakhstan, and Pakistan. The intention behind these agreements is clear. China aims to enhance the yuan's presence on the global stage and reduce its reliance on the US dollar. So, Ray Dalio's insights leave us with a crucial call for wisdom, restraint, and understanding in the face of this evolving global landscape. As the United States and China navigate this transition and transformation period, finding common ground and fostering a sense of cooperation becomes paramount. Dalio emphasizes that setting clear red lines, which define the limits of acceptable behavior, is vital in preventing conflicts from spiraling out of control. These red lines can help both nations understand the boundaries within which they must operate to avoid the potential for misunderstandings or miscalculations. It's a complex and delicate dance that requires careful diplomacy, thoughtful communication, and a commitment to mutual respect. The stakes are high, involving not just the well-being of these two economic giants, but the stability of the global economy and the future of international relations. In essence, Dalio's message underscores the importance of approaching these challenges with wisdom and restraint rather than recklessness. The world is watching, and the decisions made by both the United States and China will reverberate far beyond their borders. As we navigate this intricate web of geopolitics and economics, we are responsible for seeking understanding, fostering cooperation, and striving for a future where conflict is averted and all share prosperity. So, how will you engage in understanding and promoting wisdom, restraint, and common ground between the US and China during this critical global transition? Let us know in the comments section below. And while you're at it, make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons down below. Additionally, I highly recommend watching this fantastic video if you want to know more about US-China relations. Just click this video right here. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for more exciting content in the future.